should know. I have never really liked you at all. I cannot hide it anymore. I've been thinking about the future, trying to forget about the past. So many ways that I could change for the better. Don't
This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing this Saturday? Let me know if I sound okay. I put like a little microphone cover over my little headset. So let me know if it sounds weird or anything. Good morning, Kelly. Kelly says, I will be in the bushes listening because if I don't get off my ass and clean the house, I will be asleep before allegedly speculating gets here. You know what? I had to clean my house this morning because Mr. Speculating is coming home today. I got to make sure that I'm done by like 3:15 or so. Because I need to leave here at 3:30 to go pick him up. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Westside. Good to see you. Miss Sarah, good to see you. Michael, thank you. Good to see you. Andy, our lovely Abellas, Southern Cats. Miss Scorpio Rising, Lori, and good to see y'all. Crystal Burns, I love you too. Snarky Pants, good to see you. I'm so glad y'all are here today. Christina Reynolds, I hope you're having a beautiful day, love. Cindy from sunny South Florida, good to see you. Miss Sarah, I know I said hey to you already. Scrolling. Do. Jessica, woohoo! What are we celebrating, Abellas? Hey, Tom. Wolfpack, good to see you. Michael Green Chili Chicken. Miss Scorpio Rising, thank you so much for gifting a membership. That was so very sweet and supportive of you, and I really appreciate that. Let me see. Hold on just a minute so I can see who that went to. I don't want my videos. I want my live streams. Yep, that's what I want right there. That one right there. Nope. You stop it. You stop it right now. Hold on. Okay. Maybe I can see who it went to. Nope, it won't go back that far. Well, if you were gifted a membership from Miss Scorpio, please tell Miss Scorpio thank you. Thank you, Miss Scorpio. And I will grab the crazy train to pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Hey, D, good to see you. Soups, is Soups in the house? Sandra, good to see you. Yep, there's Soups, good to see you. Miss Kimmy, good to see you. So glad y'all are here, or her in the house. Amy, also known as Miss Scorpio Rising, good to see y'all. If I missed anybody, Dainty Dane, there you are. I just saw you. Where'd you go? Hiding from me. Okay, you be careful driving, love. All right. If I missed anybody, let me know, and I will say hey to y'all. Psychic Amelia, good to see you. Mr. Speculating left, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that, so about a week and a half. Edith, good to see you. 2 articles about the Montana shooter and Decker. Okay, awesome. Miss King of Anything, good to see you. Anders, good to see you. Y'all, I got some clips. Y'all want to see them? I got quite a few. Y'all have to let me know what you think. I think this one's kind of funny.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband. You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now, so you can run and tell that, homeboy.
That was for Decker. Anders, they haven't found Decker yet. I got quite a few. I'm going to show. I got 6 more. Let me show y'all.
We got your t-shirt. You done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Something wrong is popping. I said, what? She said, yeah. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man. I said, no, what?
I said, no, what?
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
And this is the last one.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I was playing around on YouTube today. Hey, Slow Southern Style. I saw Lady K was in here. I thought, yeah, there you are. Dandy Lioness. Are you here? Good to see you. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. All right. So we got some new stuff to talk about. What we're going to talk about this here day. Let me see. Uh, All right. I've got some video clips. We've got some documents. Let's see what we got going on over here on these YouTube streets. We're going to go here. Oh, we got some information on Austin. Where are we at? We've got the TBI investigation. I thought we could watch at least the very first part of that. Here we're going to talk about where they thought he was. So they searched an area where his car was found yesterday, and they go to a second location. So this is going to be about Austin Drummond. Now, let me show you who he is, and it's kind of confusing. So I did have this post here. So Austin Drummond is the alleged person who killed Courtney Rose, Adriana Williams, Matthew Wilson, and Braden Williams. Braden was 15, Matthew was 21, Adriana was 20, and Courtney was 38. She was the grandmother. Now, Courtney's sister, Caitlin, is the person in this picture right here, and she is the ex-girlfriend of our suspect, Austin Drummond. Now, how this all started was there was a baby, a 7-month-old baby, beautiful little girl named Wesleyan, left in somebody's front yard during a 114 or 116 degree heat index in Tennessee. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to talk about where they saw him yesterday. At about 2:15 while we were live yesterday, they found his Audi, his 2016 white Audi car. This is around that time.
Continuing our breaking news team coverage of the search for a quadruple murder suspect. Thank you for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Today, law enforcement agencies swarmed a neighborhood on MCL Road in Jackson, Tennessee, after finding the white Audi they believe Austin Drummond was living in.
Now, living in. Belladonna and Kathleen, good to see you. Living in, that tells me a lot. I really think like I've said before, if I had to speculate, I would say that this crime is probably substance related. Again, I've talked to y'all several times about the charge. Basically a felon in possession of a firearm while committing a dangerous felony. I think he was trying to rob them and he ended up shooting them. And I think it's substance related because I think he's so down on his luck and addicted to substances that he's now living in his car. Shrada, good to see you. Lady K said, good to see you, everyone. Cleaning but listening. I was cleaning this morning. I know, right? It's a little crazy, ain't it? It's good to see you, Bogart.
He was last seen in Jackson on Wednesday, a day after he allegedly killed James Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, Braden Williams, and dropped a baby off in a Dyer County yard. We begin with WREG's Melissa Moon, who joins us live from a Jackson apartment complex where investigators are continuing their search for him. Melissa, what is the latest from there?
Good evening. Well, we are just south of I-40 and law enforcement was here for about an hour and a half inside.
No, y'all, just between me, you, and the fence post, okay, I'm really not trying to be mean, okay, but I was walking this morning and because I take a walk to clear my mind around here, and I saw this woman and I was like, now wait a minute, is that somebody that like witnessed something? This is the news anchor. Like, I don't know. You'll see the way she talks in a minute. I'm not trying to be mean or rude or anything. It's just a little off-putting because I've never seen a news anchor. Like, it looks like she's in kind of like an old shirt. Her hair's all messed up. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being mean. Y'all will have to let me know. I don't know. She does look like she had a rough night, right? Like, God bless her little beautiful heart, but my goodness. Sam, good to see you. If someone's helping him, maybe his parents are supporting him financially. I think somebody's helping him too. I just thought she needed a sandwich. She needs a sandwich. Good morning, JoJo. Good to see you. I speculate it has something to do with the girlfriend. I think so too. Absolutely, Miss King. Right, she's not very professional looking. Thank you for putting it more eloquently, Abellis.
This complex, but appear to have left empty-handed. There are still some helicopters, two of them, that are circling this area. We believe they are looking for
Right?
Austin Drummond. Now, this is less than a mile from where they found his vehicle this afternoon. Take a look at the video we shot earlier. You can see that law enforcement were all over this apartment complex. We saw them go up into one building and later come down with a battering ram, but no one apparently in custody. The TBI believes that he may be in the area and says nearby residents have been asked to lock their doors and be on high alert. Neighbors,
Now, I'm wondering where they took the battering ram, like if they just grabbed it so they would have it, or if they actually thought he was in an apartment and took that battering ram to that door. But his car being located at an apartment complex tells me that that's where he was hiding out and somebody there knows something.
talked to in this complex were startled to see all the police vehicles in their parking lot and even more concerned when they found out who they
Hi,
were looking
Roxanne.
for. As we said, the TBI said the last confirmed sighting of Drummond was Wednesday in Jackson, where he does have connections. And in a news conference Friday, TBI appealed to Drummond and whoever may be assisting him to call TBI so he could be questioned. We have no idea how long these helicopters will be circling this area, but of course, we will stay on it. Live in Jackson, Tennessee, Melissa Moon, News Channel 3, Dave.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. And as we mentioned, that apartment complex is just
See, I mean, look at the two beside each other. The lady in the studio just looks a lot more professional. I don't know. And I'm not trying to be mean at all. I was just a little curious.
one of the scenes. WREG's Mike Sirianni is in the neighborhood where investigators first discovered
Right?
that car. Mike, it's been a chaotic afternoon for people who live there.
And I'm not saying that I look any better than her. Don't get me wrong. I probably look about the same, especially right now, because it's been a rough week for me too, y'all. But I just like on the news, really?
Wow. Hey, good afternoon, Stephanie.
Right.
Yes, it certainly has. I'm standing at the corner of Farmington Drive and MCO Road. Now, behind me, you see a squad car sitting there, and down that gravel road is reportedly where that Audi was recovered, the car belonging to Drummond. And that's why this area has been intensely searched all day for hours, and with the impression that they still think he's still in this area. Now, we have video that we shot earlier that shows the search effort, because as I'm standing here, you can hear the helicopter over me, but neighbors in this area have certainly been watching the skies and watching the police activity. And here's what one neighbor told me this afternoon.
So we got a neighbor that's going to speak. I saw that a couple people came in. Kane's Nana, good to see you. Monica and Mark, good to see y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I mean, right, like, yeah, and now he's homeless and was living in the car. That's why, again, I think it's definitely substance related.
Well, it makes me have a lot of cause for concern, because now I'm wondering how long the vehicle has actually been down there. And, you know, he has more than likely been in our presence now, possibly for a few days, which now makes me really nervous. But
Philadelphia.
they say he's armed and dangerous. And I mean, obviously he committed a quadruple murder, and it makes me nervous, you know, nervous knowing that it's all happening right here.
Hey, and the activity continues. Just a few moments ago, a number of law enforcement vehicles came through here at a pretty fast clip. So they're changing locations constantly and following up on a lot of different leads, with people thinking they maybe saw Drummond. And so they're running off to check on those leads. And they're going to be here. They're going to find this guy. They made that pledge this afternoon at the TBI press conference. And of course, we'll be following this. We'll have more later tonight at 10, and we'll be updating this on our website, WREG.com.
So yeah, this is where yesterday, where they thought that they actually did locate his vehicle. That was the area they were searching for that. We've got a couple of 10 p.m. details. I'm going to go to the TBI presser real quick just to try to hear what we couldn't hear yesterday. We couldn't catch the beginning of it. I don't think it's necessary to listen to the whole thing, but I wanted to see what they said in the beginning. So we'll listen to that real quick, and then we'll see what they said at 10 p.m. last night.
Just let me start.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
She is.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank you all for coming today.
You're
My
welcome.
name is Kim Wheeler. I'm Public Information Officer for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, West Region. We're here today to provide an update on the ongoing investigation into the tragic deaths of 4 individuals in Lake County. Here today to update you on the ongoing investigation will be TBI Director David Roush, 29th Judicial District Attorney General Danny Goodman, U.S. Marshal Western District of Tennessee Tyrese Miller.
So I know it was in Tiptonville, and it's in Lake and Dyer counties. I don't remember the other. Tigerette is where the baby was found, and I think Tiptonville is where the family was found. It's the Drunken News Show starring No Hairbrush Lady. Y'all are killing me in the comment section. You be safe in Knoxville, Belladonna.
Stephen Sutton is here to speak on behalf of Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery and Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Fox. And we also we'll hear from Deputy Chief Derek Tisdale with the Jackson Police Department. First, we're going to have Director Roush come and speak with you and give you some updated information on the investigation.
Okay. Thank you for that. Maybe.
Thank you, Kim. And thank you all for being here with us this afternoon. Let me begin by expressing our deepest condolences to the families of these victims. James M. Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams. We at the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, along with all of the law enforcement organizations that have been working this case, understand the profound impact that this crime has had on the Lake and Dyer communities.
I definitely think that's what's going on. JoJo said, do you think he might have dumped his car because he knows they are looking for it and someone picked him up? Grandma's sister, maybe, which would be the ex-girlfriend, Caitlin, and they are on the run now in a different vehicle. I do. Excuse me. I absolutely do. I think he definitely dumped that vehicle because he knew they were looking for it, and he's on the run in a different vehicle. Yeah. But for how long? How long is somebody going to help him? And I was thinking about it last night. Maybe after reading the court documents in this case, which we'll go over next, well, I'll just save it for that. I'll save it for that and tell y'all my thought process after we listen to the court document.
This tragic,
You don't think so?
violent, and heartbreaking event that happened on Tuesday has shocked this community, has certainly concerned neighbors, and with the type of crime has people scared in their homes. Tragically, this incident has this community on edge. I can assure you that state, local, federal agencies have been working around the clock since Tuesday when we were notified of this incident, that we are working to determine all the facts of the case and
Not that I'm
to
aware of.
bring the identified individual, Austin Robert Drummond, and to determine what he may know about this tragic incident. This investigation began at the request of 29th District Attorney General Danny Goodman. I can tell you that our authorities, local, state, and federal, have been working on this since we got this call. The last confirmed sighting of the individual who is the suspect in this case at this time and is now wanted was on Wednesday in Jackson.
So he was seen Wednesday in Jackson. Tom said surprised he didn't sell his home for $100. You know what I was just thinking when you said that? He probably did sell his car. He probably was like, "Hey man, I'll sell you this car for $1,000. I'll give it to you right now, keys in hand. You can see that I was driving it. I'll give it to you for $1,000." And he probably did. And then that person bought that car not knowing that it was in the commission of a crime, and he took off with $1,000 and somebody else. I don't I don't think Caitlyn I don't know if Caitlyn's been, located. You heard an interview with her baby daddy? Supposedly sound like she threw her life away to go to him. I'm gonna look that up. Do you know where you heard that at, Sam? I would like to hear that. Okay, I'm gonna listen to a little bit more of this, and then we'll talk about the document.
The victims were discovered on Tuesday, July 29th, in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Based on what we know at this time, we do not believe that this was a random act of violence. It appears, with all the information that we have, is that this was a targeted incident. This is why I think it's critical for us to reach out and appeal to Austin and those who may be assisting him to turn himself in, or for them to call us and let us know where he is so that we can bring him in to question him about what took place. We know, frankly, that based on information of the incident, that while this was an extremely tragic and violent event, that there was a sign of
Compassion?
compassion, if you will,
Yeah.
that we know happened, that tells us that there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that that there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. And because of that, we're asking him to give us a call. Let us pick you up or bring yourself in.
Okay. So that was basically, we got the rest of that. I just wanted to know what kind of update they had. If we go over here to this document now, I'm sure y'all listened. I'm just going to read basically the breakdown of it, what he did and what happened. Okay, so let's go to that. Okay, I'm going to read the background part, okay? So what he did was on July 31st of 2013, Candace Barham was working the late shift as the first assistant manager of the Circle K convenience store located on the corner of Highland and University Street in Jackson. At approximately 12:30 a.m., a white male, later identified as the defendant, Austin Drummond, entered the store. He was wearing a hat and a black oversized t-shirt with a white graphic on the front of Stewie from Family Guy. She thought his behavior was suspicious as he walked down every aisle of the store and watched her. She explained that at that time of night, customers usually know what they came in for. They'll come, they'll get what they were going to get, and they leave. Miss Barham asked the defendant if she could help him find anything. He replied, "No, I'm just looking. I got the munchies." She testified that the defendant was in the store for a total of 3 to 4 minutes. When Miss Barham turned to look out the window into the parking lot, defendant walked behind the register. As she turned back around, he was standing within 2 feet of her. He pointed a pistol at her and ordered her to, quote, "Open the drawer. I'm not fucking playing with you. Open the drawer," unquote. Miss Barham testified that at that point she felt threatened and feared for her life. She opened the cash register and stepped back. Defendant reached into the drawer and took the bills that were in the till. He also lifted the till to see if there was any money underneath, but it was empty. Defendant appeared to be upset that there was no additional cash and said, quote, "Man, y'all tripping." He repeated the statement 3 to 4 times and he left the store. And then there was basically some officers that were regulars at the store pulled up and went after him, but he got away. Now, she was shown a photo lineup of him, but she wasn't able to identify him because he looked different. Right here, she was unable to identify defendant from a photographic lineup because his picture looked different. She identified the defendant in the courtroom as the man who robbed her on July 31st of 2013. And she explained that it was different seeing the defendant in person as opposed to seeing a photograph of him. Basically he took off and they had to go all the way down to Daytona Beach to find him, but they got him with fingerprint evidence from his fingerprints on the till and the drawer. Now, I'm wondering if when he got to court or when he got into the Department of Corrections, if he told Caitlin that they had the wrong person. Because if he told her, "Why would I rob somebody for like $44?" and she wasn't even able to identify me, like I shouldn't even be here because this is an appeal on that case, okay? And so if she thought he was innocent and she helped him out and did all these things for him because she thought he was innocent, I want to know what she thinks now that she knows that he's actually probably more than likely not at all innocent of that crime, and he's also committed homicide of her family. Thank you. Let's look for that. I did try to look for it over here, and all it says, we've got this new article from 28 minutes ago. It says quadruple murder suspect believed to be in Jackson, Tennessee area, considered armed and dangerous. All right. You said it's Fox 13 Memphis news clip. They got this one from 22 hours ago. I'm going to check shorts real quick. Okay, we're going to try that one. Hey, Rhonda. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Amy said testing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so very much. That was so very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Aw, I really appreciate that. That helps out so much. Thank you. JoJo said, I wonder if Caitlin helped him with the homicides or maybe she was the one that dropped off the baby. It's a possibility. I think they said that
I'm sure he knows now that.
Okay. I think they said that he was the one seen dropping off the baby when they had the news conference. I think they said he was seen dropping off the baby and there was people close by. That's why they're calling it a act of humanity. Right? Always check your shorts. That's right. Thank you so much, Amy, again. And thank you, Sam, for the news clip because that did sound like a female talking. All right, let's see what this one says.
I'm sure he knows now that everybody's looking for him. I'm sure he's seen it somewhere.
People across the Mid-South are on edge tonight after the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation identified the man they say murdered 4 people in one family. The TBI telling Fox 13 he's 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond, and they are desperate to capture the accused mass murderer. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Bureau Green.
Sorry. So the baby belongs to Matthew Williams and Adriana Williams, who were killed. Braden Williams is the 15-year-old uncle of the baby, and then Courtney Rose is the grandmother of the baby. Austin's ex-girlfriend is the grandmother's sister.
Darcy Thomas is off this evening. Now, Fox 13 has live team coverage tonight in this now statewide investigation. It all started just after 3 yesterday afternoon. Dyer County deputies were called to a home about a baby abandoned in the front yard, strapped in a car seat. 2 hours later, the sheriff's office identified the children, named 3 people they wanted to talk to. Just after 11 p.m. Tuesday, 4 bodies were found in Lake County. Those bodies were identified yesterday as the people that deputies had been looking for. And today, the TBI named Austin Drummond as the suspect in this investigation. We begin our live.
There's the white minivan and the black Charger that was listed that they were looking for. They haven't released a motive, but I think it's substance related. They were all very young, and it was so unnecessary. It really was.
Team coverage with Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson in Dyer County. So, Daniel, the TBI told us yesterday they thought this crime was isolated and there was no immediate threat to the public. Are they still saying that tonight?
Daryl, to you and for those at home, I'll give you the facts and let you do the math. They say they believe that this was a targeted attack. They believe that it was isolated, but they say they also believe that he killed 4 people. You put all of that together, they say they don't know what he'll do if he gets himself in a tight squeeze. The details, while still scarce, are starting to form in the quadruple homicide that ended in this wooded area on Carrington Road in Lake County, 2 hours north of Memphis. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation Thursday naming this man, 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond,
Hey, Ola.
a suspect in the murder of 4 people
Oh, you're
Tuesday.
welcome.
Multiple law enforcement agencies spent Thursday looking for Drummond. The TBI saying all of the people killed were family members of a 7-month-old abandoned but found safe in Dyersburg hours before the bodies were found. The baby's parents, 20-year-old Adriana Williams and 21-year-old James Wilson, along with 38-year-old Courtney Rose, the baby's grandmother, and the baby's uncle, 15-year-old Brayden Williams, all dead. Thursday, we got a little more insight into the suspect's possible connection to the victims. A woman who identified herself as Rose's sister-in-law saying in a Facebook post the suspect at one time dated Rose's sister. She wrote, quote, "Yes, he was close to our family. Yes, we cared about him and thought he cared about us."
Now, our lovely Heel Sandra sent me that yesterday, and I'm going to try to pull it up so we can read that post again now that we have verification that it is from somebody related to the family. I just have trouble trusting Facebook all the time, but I will pull that up for us to read in just a second.
He has literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids every time he has been around us up until this point. He has been amazing to our niece. We never expected him to cause any harm to anyone, much less anyone in our family, end quote. Drummond is now on the Tennessee Most Wanted list. People around West Tennessee and beyond are alert
We didn't know if he was a threat to everybody or just them.
and calling this tragedy sobering.
Stay strong, hold on to who you got tight.
So what you did not hear in that piece was any mention of that abandoned baby. Well, that may be because the TBI has nothing to do with that investigation. Meanwhile, if you know where Drummond is, you're asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND or your local law enforcement.
Hey, Connie.
Yeah, but Daniel, just to be clear, we were told that baby was safe with family members. That was the latest report.
Yes, the baby is safe with family members. But yeah, the TBI has nothing to do with that particular case or any of the investigation associated with it.
Absolutely. That's Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson live tonight. Daniel.
Sam Brown, if you could give me, if you can find the name of the news article, let me know. Because I'm not seeing it so far. Okay, the Facebook post. This is the one that he was just. No, this is not the one, but I've got it up here. First, this one says this case is a lot to unpack. It's real heavy on my heart tonight. So much info that even I'm overwhelmed. I know it's a lot to read and understand, but please take a few minutes to read the original post, watch the video, and share. Austin Drummond committed the homicide of 4 people and he's on the run. Thank God the 7-month-old beautiful baby was unharmed and is safe with family. Unfortunately, the baby's parents, who were 20 and 21, her grandmother, who was 38, and her uncle, who were 15, are now deceased. The grandmother's sister, Caitlin, was in a relationship with Drummond while he was incarcerated from 2013 to 2024. Caitlin was a correctional officer and was fired. Caitlin left her boyfriend and took their daughter to live with Drummond when he was let out on bond in September. Allegedly, Drummond was friends with the baby's father as well. There's a $15,000 reward being offered. Now, this is what the family had to say about it. It says, an updated from Courtney's sister-in-law, quote, for everyone that's coming to my page from older comments made on the suspect's profile, I'll clarify this one time and one time only. This is a comment I will be copying and pasting, so it may answer more than you've asked or may not answer everything you've asked, but I don't want any confusion here. After this, I won't be replying to any of this as we are trying to process, grieve, and be with the family. Courtney Rose, my husband, and Caitlin Speed are siblings. Adriana and Brayden are our niece and nephew. Austin Drummond was Caitlin's boyfriend at one time. Yes, he was close to our family. Yes, we cared about him and thought he cared about us. He has literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids every time he's been around us up until this point. He has been amazing to our niece, Caitlin's daughter, which would be Adriana right here. And we never expected him to cause any harm to anyone, much less anyone in our family. We are heartbroken. We are confused. We are devastated. We are mortified. We are hurting. Our kids are hurting. If you think for 1 second that people only get hurt by strangers, look up 90% of homicide cases. A lot of times it is by someone close to them that at one time showed them love and supported them. Sometimes it's even their own spouse. So please think before you comment something ugly. Yes, we thought we knew him. Caitlin thought she knew him. Courtney, Adriana, Braden, and Matthew thought they knew him. We all trusted him. We want justice for my sister-in-law, niece, nephew, and niece's boyfriend more than any one of you that had never even met our loved ones. Thank you. And then this was a comment that somebody left. Somebody said she's probably with the homicider watching from her fake Facebook account since she deleted her other one. They're talking about Caitlin. This way she knows what's going on. Apparently she's pregnant with his kid. And somebody said Caitlin helped him commit the homicide of her family. He did not do that alone. I bet when you find one, you'll find the other. I think the police are just keeping quiet until they find them. So allegedly, Caitlin is pregnant with his child. And you saw, I mean, I don't need to go back over all of the amenities he had while he was locked up in prison because I'll go the hell off again. So I'm going to check live real quick, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything about the baby daddy. Yeah, I don't see anything. I hate that because sometimes the video will like be there and it won't show up. Let's go and see if Sam said anything. Man who fathered child with woman relate. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to type that in. Man who fathered child with woman related to murdered Tennessee family. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Okay. Man who fathered child with woman related to Tennessee murdered family speaks. Man who fathered woman child with woman related to Tennessee. Oh, Lordy, where did it go? With murdered Tennessee family speaks. Related to. Huh. Well, damn. You know, Sam, I don't want to keep bothering you, but if you can, if you know how to copy the link, email it to me. I'm going to drop my email. All right, I'm going to play another video while I check on Google. Hey, Tony. For that video, I'm going to see if we can find it on Google. And we'll see what the update at 10 o'clock was while I do that.
New information coming out every day. The sister of one of the murder victims worked at the prison where Drummond was held until she was let go from her job. Our WREG's Melissa Moon is live tonight in Jackson as the search for Drummond continues. Melissa?
The TBI held a briefing here after finding Drummond's abandoned car. They still don't have him, but say they are doing everything they can to find him and keep the public safe. Helicopters hover over parts of Jackson after authorities located Austin Drummond's abandoned vehicle in a wooded area of this neighborhood on MCO Road. Several hours later, the 2016 white Audi was towed away. Neighbors glad to see it go.
Because that was basically his place of living, and now it's gone. So where's he going to live? I mean, he can live under trees, but you're going to get seen.
Federal, state, and local officers search for Drummond.
I got it. I found it. Thank you. It's a news article, but I've got it pulled up. Thank you for that, Sam. Hey, Alex. Okay. Thank you, Sam. I did pull it up finally. Dang, is she high? I think she has not slept in days, probably has not been sleeping since covering the case. That's probably true. Hey, Monica. Thinking they need to see the jail cell of the drug dealer, even though it pisses us off so much. If anybody wants me to go over the pampered jail cell of Austin Drummond while he was in jail, let me know. Put a 1 in chat if y'all want to see that, and I'll pull it up. He may steal another home, another vehicle. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities.
In the surrounding area at an apartment complex less than a half mile from where they found the car, but left empty-handed. This mother of 5 who lives there was concerned after she saw all the police vehicles and found out who they were looking for.
I think it's crazy. We came from California, so it's definitely crazy.
The TBI says the last confirmed sighting of Drummond was Wednesday in Jackson, a day after the bodies of James Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams were found in Lake County, and an infant related to them was left abandoned in a stranger's yard 40 miles away in Dyer County. The TBI director believes Drummond is still in the area. He's asking residents to stay vigilant and Drummond to turn himself in.
He is considered armed and dangerous. This is why we're advising the public not to engage with him, to call us if you see him, if you have information about his whereabouts, to reach out through the 1-800-TBI Find line.
And the TBI and U.S. Marshals are offering a $15,000 reward for information that leads to Drummond's arrest. For your news leader in Jackson, Tennessee, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
All right.
Well, she looked a little better in that one, but she
Good
does
evening. Thanks for being with us for our
a jacket or something. All right, I saw a lot of you put a 1 in chat, so I'll jump over here before we go to Miss Caitlin's baby daddy. Here are pictures of Austin and Caitlin right last year, going to the light and going to probably Nashville, if I had to guess, or Gatlinburg. I think it said on the lights. There they are. I don't know. That's probably Nashville. Doesn't look like the mountains. Watching sports. All right. And there they are at the beach, which I'm assuming was probably North Carolina. Probably Myrtle Beach or something, which pisses me off. What is this? Golfarium Adventure Park? And I looked, and none of those people look like our suspects or our homicide victims, excuse me. So I'm wondering if that was at Myrtle Beach or something. The Red Door Saloon. I don't know where that's at. I wish he would talk. Stay away from North Carolina. Look, they're on a camel. Huh. Interesting. Oh, the little baby's crying. I'm trying. I think he whispered right there. Hold on. That's him whispering. Huh. I wish he would talk. Anyway, if we go down here, we can see this is titled First Week Out, September 7th of 2024 at 7:50 p.m. He was incarcerated, like the post said the document said, from 2013 to 2024. And you can see it says, happy birthday, Austin, ages 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. And there he is having his birthday party. And enjoying being out of prison, although I don't know, why it's so great for him to be out of prison. This one, September 7th at 6:04, it's titled Freedom, but he didn't even have it that bad. All right, here we go with the prison. November 18th of 2023, a year before he got out. Now, when he got out of prison, while he was in prison, he got a charge from having methamphetamine in the jail premises, and he also got a charge for an attempted homicide. Now, while he's committed this quadruple homicide, he's out on bail for an attempted homicide. Okay. I apologize. So I mean, that just makes it all the more better, I suppose. Hey, Carolina, I'm not going to go the hell off like I did the other day. The Christmas light, they have those everywhere. That was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. They have one here, Meadow Lights, that I've taken the kids to. It's kind of far away now. We used to live closer to it, but they have those a lot of places. I want to take the kids again, but I just haven't had the finances and time. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Tom said, oh, I'm sorry. Roxanne said, no one has ever diagnosed it with a name. I'll ask my next appointment. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you're losing control of your leg and you have a tumor on your spine. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Roxanne. I'll keep you in my prayers, honey. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Tom said his next prison birthday cake will say happy birthday, 28 through forever. Amen to that. All right. So here he is in prison. You can tell that it's prison because he's got the metal bed frame of the bunk beds. He's got his towel hung up blocking the door, and that is a laundry bag that you put your laundry in, and the trustees wash it. They have a bottle of Ciroc in the jail cell. His eyes are bloodshot. He's obviously been drinking. But you might ask yourself, well, how was this picture taken? Well, you just hold on to your britches and we'll find out. Here he is in the latest damn fashion with all of the shoes that you could ever possibly imagine. I mean, when I was in the county jail, all I had was some little orange flip-flops that are right there. Oh no, fuck that. We got all of the damn shoes that we could ever imagine and a nice pair of slacks with your little white beanie on, looking like a little damn fucking elf. Here you can see my geese are honking. Here you can see that he's got the commissary store in his cell. Now, when you have a commissary like that in your cell, it's because you're running books. Like basically, anybody coming in that hasn't had time to order commissary, you would go see him and you would have to trade him, paying double of what you would pay off a commissary. Or if you were not able to afford to buy commissary, if you could sneak other things into the prison, you could get you could go see him and get the food from him. He's also going to be the one that if anything comes into jail, they're going to go see him. They're going to trade it to him, like the methamphetamine. If I had to suspect, if somebody brought it in, they would give it to him and he would in return trade them food items for it or things like that. And purple lights. I didn't even see that. But that's not even the worst of it. Like that happens in prison. It's to be expected. Okay. I mean, whatever. The Ciroc is obviously not allowed. But again, you might ask yourself, well, how do we have a picture of this? There he is working as a trustee. I do believe like he has the jean jacket that trustees have. And there you go. There's your answer to how we have these pictures. He has a cell phone, which obviously is contraband in the Department of Corrections. You're not allowed to have a cell phone. Notice in his little ugly ass ears right here, he's got earbuds as well. Okay. And that's not even the worst of it. There he is thinking that he's looking like a dime when he's about to do another dime in front of the damn jail cell door. I don't know if this is like something he got, like somebody pressed it on there for him and he's wearing that shirt, but you're not supposed to have stuff like that in there because it could be showing that you're gang affiliated and they don't like that shit. Like the white clothing they're allowed to have, but I don't think he's allowed to have anything with the Buccaneers on it. But I don't know if those photos were like placed over the shirts to make it look like he was wearing a shirt with that stuff on it or not. I can't really tell. There he is in front of all of his connoisseur of store that he's got running there. All of the store, and you see the way he's taking the picture in front of the store, like, look at me, I'm hot shit because I got all this food in the cell and I'm running game, I'm running a store. Again, how are we taking pictures? All right, here we go. Here's some food. Now they could have made that burrito. That's stuff you can get off a commissary. I mean that pizza, not burrito. I'm thinking about late night throwing burritos. These could be the fresh fit trays that they get. I don't know. But this is not something that they get in there because if you see, it's a pizza box, right? So that's an actual pizza from a pizza place, okay? There's another one. Oh, look, we got Hunt Brothers Pizza in the jail cell. Now, how the hell did that happen? How are we getting Hunt Brothers Pizza into an inmate at jail? Please tell me. I'd love to know. Okay, but that's not even the worst. We got 2 cell phones here and the earbuds. What's the damn song? I got 1 cell phone, two cell phones, 1 for the plug and 1 for the other. Yeah, okay. 2 cell phones, 1 for the plug and 1 to make phone calls. Okay. And there you can obviously see he's taking a picture with the cell phone. And he's obviously in the Tennessee Department of Corrections, supposedly maximum security. Don't look like maximum security to me. Now, I was so pissed off yesterday, I said, damn, that's probably his personal fucking refrigerator, but I don't think it is. It's either where he's working as a trustee or his little correctional officer girlfriend let him go in the damn break room. There he is in the jail doing something, work or something, I don't know. Look at his ugly ass mug. Yeah, right here. Dusty A. Jackson wins comment of the day right here. There he is laying down trying to give you them bedroom eyes. Y'all ladies liking that? You like them bedroom eyes? Oh, that ain't even the worst of it. You ain't even seen yet. Look at his trying to bedroom eyes. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, now this, let's talk about this picture. Here we have a Roku TV. So he's got the Roku box in there with the Roku remote. We also have a handheld blue Nintendo Switch. That's not allowed in there. And the cell phone's plugged up charging. Okay. That's not allowed in there. Now the TV is clear. They are allowed to have TVs that are see-through. And they use them. Okay. But we're not allowed to have a Nintendo Switch in prison or a Roku. Okay. So add that to the list of all the shit that he ain't allowed to have in there. Now let's watch this video. Oh, look, there's playing Grand Theft Auto. How the hell did he get that in there? Oh, maybe his little correctional officer girlfriend. Okay, and then we got this video. What's this?
Stay on task, Mirage. Fine. You gotta learn how to relax, my man.
Projector. It's a fucking projector. See, he's showing you it's a projector. He's got a fucking TV projector in his jail cell.
Yeah. Just groupies over here.
And here's more photos of all the shit that he's not allowed to have in there. I haven't heard him talk, Maggie. I've been looking, but I've never heard him talk. Yeah, it's crazy. Dolly. And this is what I was so mad about. If he was living like this in the Department of Corrections and he had it that good, he's not afraid to go back. There's earbuds, a different set of earbuds than the ones he had in with the cell phone. If he's living like this in there, he's not afraid to go back to prison. Now, obviously, he don't want to. He don't want his freedom taken away, his access to the drugs that he's probably on and all that. It's not necessarily that he wants to go back, but at the same time, I'm sure he thought about it in that moment when he had that gun held up and was about to shoot the 4 people that he shot and thought, I'm about to go back to prison for this, but hell, it's not that bad. I'll just do what I did before and have it made. Now, Caitlin was fired from being a correctional officer, but, yeah, Joe Scribner said your new cell will be different. Amen to that. I mean, but if he didn't have it like this, there's a good possibility that these homicides would not have happened, in my opinion. Because, I mean, he's got no reason. I mean, the only thing he's got to worry about is that his freedom will be taken away and he won't be able to drive. Other than that, he had it fucking made in there. He had it fucking made. And that's her fault. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anybody that disagrees with me, but that's Caitlin's fault for getting him all of those things that he had in there and allowing him to have access to all that shit. She lost her fucking job as a correctional officer, probably because they found out he had all this shit in there. Now let's go over to the man who fathered a child with her, talks about her and Mr. Drummond. Yeah, it's fucking fucked up. Rita said a creator showed his Zoom parole hearing and he spoke to the judge on that video. What is the name of the creator? I would love to know that because I'd like to see that. I want to know what his voice sounds like. And thank you for that, Rita. Hey, Ashley. Not the first time that a CO helped an inmate. I know that one got charged. All right. So we're going to listen to this real quick. It's titled Man Who Fathered Child with Woman Related to Homicide to Tennessee Family Homicide People Speaks Exclusively with Fox 13. Let's back it up.
If your kid's okay or not.
Okay.
Feeling in the world like not knowing if your kid's okay or not.
Now, as we continue to untangle this web, a man who says he has a child by the woman thought to be Drummond's connection to the murder victim is talking only with Fox 13 News. Last night, Fox 13 told you a family member said on social media that Drummond was in a relationship with the sister of the woman killed. Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is in Dyer County live. Daniel, you talked with Cade Butler, the man we just heard from, and this is the closest we've gotten to anyone connected to the victim so far.
Yeah, Maggie said, how in the world did he have all that stuff and ordered pizza? Don't they do cell inspections? They do, but if she was the one doing the cell inspection, she would have just looked past it. Depends on who was doing the cell inspection. I don't know. It's bullshit regardless, and he had that towel hanging up in front of the window so that nobody could see it. All right, I'll jump over to Dolly's and see if I can borrow that segment. I don't know. I don't want him to strike me, but I'll look for it after we listen to this real quick.
That is right. DG, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. The man who I spoke with says he had concerns about Drummond far before this happened, but he admits he did not know he was capable of what he's accused of.
I had a feeling like he was a bad guy, you know, just by looking at him.
Cade Butler is concerned about his 4-year-old daughter.
Well, he went to prison for the first time. I found it online. Just whenever my daughter moved off with this man, I wanted to know about him, you know. So I did a little research, and, you know, just by what I read, I can tell you he wasn't a good guy.
He says his daughter's mother not long ago dated Austin Drummond. The 28-year-old is charged with killing 4 family members.
So they said not long ago, which makes me think that they were broken up and had been for some time.
Butler says one of the victims, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, is a sister of his child's mother.
Whenever I seen that her sister and her sister's kids have been killed, I figured it has something to do with him, but I didn't think it was him.
Butler says he's not had contact with his daughter or her mother since 2024 because of a restraining order.
Her mother moved off with him when he got out of prison, and she left the prison working. So it was, I mean, she uprooted my daughter from everything she knew, you know, with him. So I knew something wasn't right.
He's just hoping his daughter is safe.
There's no feeling in the world like not knowing if your kid's okay or not.
So evidently she dated him or stopped dating him in 2024, which would have been last year, right after he got out. And then after that, I guess he went downhill, considering they said he was living in the car, and then he committed the homicide. So maybe it was some type of retaliation for her breaking up with him, but there is a restraining order. I'd love to get those court documents.
Back out here live in Dyersburg, the man who you heard from there, he says at some point he got a call from the prison where Drummond was serving time. More on that at 6. DG.
That is Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson.
Well, now I want to know what that's about. I'll play the article and we'll listen to what it says.
Dyer County, Tennessee. A man who says he has a child by the woman thought to be Austin Drummond's connection to a murdered family spoke exclusively with Fox 13 on Friday. Fox 13 reported that a family member posted on social media, saying that Drummond was in a relationship with the sister of one of the women killed. Friday, Fox 13 caught up with Cade Butler, who fathered a child with that living sister. She's also Drummond's former girlfriend. There's no feeling like not knowing whether your kid is okay or not, Butler told Fox 13. I had a feeling he was a bad guy just by looking at him. Related: man wanted for murder of Tennessee family was out on bond for attempted murder. May have had help when he abandoned baby. Butler said he's concerned for his 4-year-old daughter. When he went to prison for the first time, I found it online whenever my daughter. I did a little research, and just by what I read, I could tell he wasn't a good guy.
So, Connie, that's an alleged comment on Facebook. I don't know if she's pregnant with his baby or not. Yeah, Dolly is a guy.
It's in live tonight in Lake County or in Dyer County.
Butler said. Photos, jail pictures show life behind bars of man wanted for murder of Tennessee family. He said his daughter's mother dated Drummond not long ago. The 28-year-old Drummond is charged with killing 4 of that woman's family members. Butler said one of the victims, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, is the sister of his child's mother. Whenever I saw that her sister and her sister's kids had been killed, I figured it had something to do with him, but I didn't think it was him, Butler said. Related: agents find car of man wanted for murdering 4 family members, abducting baby. Butler said he's not had contact with his daughter or her mother since 2024 because of a restraining order. Her mother moved off with him when he got out of prison, Butler said. She left the prison, working, She uprooted my daughter from everything she knew. So, I knew something wasn't right. Butler said his main concern is for the safety of his daughter.
I was looking through Dolly's stuff, and I don't know which one it is, because that just looks like Facebook post. He has like 3 on it so far, I think. So it's got to be one of these. That's suppressor. I don't want to play his whole videos. Okay, what's that? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look for it and see what I can find on the Zoom hearing. All right, let me go to my playlist. Oh, it's 2:41. We gotta do Devil's Den, dude. Yeah, it is more complicated as we dig. I'm gonna look on trying to find the Zoom hearing, and if I can find it, I'll try to put it out in a video for you guys after I get back with Mr. Speculating tonight. This one's from 15 hours ago. It says TBI gives new details about Tennessee fugitive wanted for quadruple homicide. We'll watch that real quick, and then we'll go to our Devil's Den suspect, Andreq Mcgann.
Infant in West Tennessee. Take a look at your screen now. Agents say 28-year-old Austin Drummond should be considered armed and dangerous and could still be in the state. 10 News reporter Maria Guzman sets the scene for us with where things stand tonight. Maria.
Yes, Katie, this unfolded in Tiptonville. That's about 2 hours north of Memphis, and TBI agents say they found his car in Jackson, Tennessee on Friday. Officials say the victims were found dead in a wooded area Tuesday. They range from 15 years old to 38 years old and were all related to each other. Officials believe the deaths were planned out by the suspect.
He needs to be taken off the streets. We would like to do that peacefully. We would like for him to turn himself in. That will be the goal. The goal would be a safe surrender. And that way we can assure that he's taken into custody safely and that there's no injury to law enforcement or the public.
Authorities say,
look at that baby. Her name is Wesleyan. Isn't she precious? My goodness. I did see your stuff, Abellis. Thank you for that. I might talk about it tomorrow or Monday. We'll try to see if we have time for it today. I didn't do Decker on my thumbnail, so I'm going to try to talk about it today if we have time.
there was a baby found safe in connection to the homicides. The child was left in a car seat at a stranger's front yard. The baby's parents were killed in the event. Right now, the baby is safe and being cared for. Now, the suspect faces first-degree murder and kidnapping and several other charges. Officials say the suspect was last seen Wednesday in Jackson, and there's a $15,000 reward for information that can lead to the arrest, and you can contact 1-800-TBI-FIND. Katie.
All right, so that was everything I have on Mr. Austin Drummond, who's still on the run, along with Travis Decker. There is a little bit of information out about that we can hopefully get to. Now we're going to switch the topic to Devil's Den. One of my lovely mods, Monica, said he has good friends from prison out there, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, no, Sam. Thank you again for that information. Cuban Dolly, if I didn't say hey to you, hello. Yeah, where are the bounty hunters? Because they could find him. All right, we're going to switch to Devil's Den. Now, one of my lovely mods was able to get me the documents on Devil's Den. We'll watch a video and then we'll go to that. So this is where it talks about there was new documents released. Gotta mute it for a minute. They advised that their parents were assaulted. One was possibly stabbed. The parents are missing. That's so sad.
The parents are missing.
A random attack at Devil's Den State Park, a massive manhunt, a community on edge, and finally, a suspect in custody. It's been just 48 hours since police arrested elementary school teacher Andreq Mcgann at a Springdale beauty salon. He's accused of stabbing and killing Clinton and Kristen Brink, leaving their 3 daughters without parents.
Oh, everywhere I've seen so they had 2 daughters. Even the GoFundMe, but I saw the third one. I wanted to play this again where he's in front of that on camera. Look, there he is talking to her about what kind of haircut he wants. He's keeping his hair pulled down over his face like she said, and he's got a nice button-up collared shirt. I hadn't seen that. Interesting. Huh.
And Brink, leaving their 3 daughters without parents just weeks after they moved to Northwest Arkansas.
Hey, Hedda and
Our
Elliot.
hearts just go out to the family.
As that family mourns, investigators press forward, and a community grapples with the reality of violence in a place they thought was safe. Well, at the end of a tough week for that grieving family, investigators, and the community, Andreq Mcgann is officially charged with 2 counts of capital murder. 5 News reporter Bo Russell takes us to the quick hearing that begins what's sure to be a long legal process.
28-year-old Andreq Mcgann was arrested on Wednesday after a tip about his car led to an arrest at Lupita's Beauty Salon in Springdale.
They just told him to stand up from the chair. They needed to talk to him, and he just stood up. He just gave in.
Friday morning, Mcgann went before a judge at the Washington County Jail to be read his rights.
And we covered that. It was hard to hear, but I told y'all what they said.
You should know you have the right to be represented by an attorney. A free attorney will be appointed if you can't afford one.
5 News has obtained new court documents from Washington County Prosecutor Brandon Carter, showing that Mcgann has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Because of the charges, Carter expects a lengthy legal process.
The state is going to pursue the death penalty in this case.
Amen.
I've never been involved in a death penalty case that didn't last multiple years.
In the meantime, Carter says he wants to work with the victims' family members, but will do so respectfully and on their time.
I have asked to meet with the family, but I don't want to do it until they're ready to meet with me in person.
I asked if he knew about any investigations into other crimes Mcgann may have committed across the country.
Just because an arrest has been made doesn't mean the investigation is over, and Colonel Hager touched on this yesterday during his press conference. Law enforcement in this office will continue to investigate this case with the evidence that we've gained from the search warrants that were conducted the night of his arrest.
Mcgann's arraignment is set for August 25th, but could be moved up sooner.
I feel the weight of this case and began to feel the weight of it then, and will continue to feel the weight going forward. And having that weight is a good thing for this office, so that we always remember how serious of a case this is and how it needs our undivided and full attention.
In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
A GoFundMe made to help the Brink family has so far raised tens of thousands of dollars to cover the funeral expenses. GoFundMe did confirm to 5 News that the fundraiser, which is organized by Sherry Reed of Arizona, is verified. So if you'd like to help with expenses, you can find a link to this on our website, 5newsonline.com.
I've also dropped the link to that in several videos. Now, I want to show y'all in this, it says, Clinton and Kristen were loving parents to their 2 precious daughters. And I know we had seen the picture of them with 3, and y'all had told me 3, but since this came from a family member and says 2, and a lot of places were saying 2, I said 2 as well, but I need to fix that to 3.
You can also text BRINK to that number right there at the bottom of your screen at 479-785-5000. You can follow all of our coverage as this case moves.
Okay, so we're going to jump to the video I just put out and look at the write it down, felony info, and then his application for indigency. We get to see what he writes like, and some information that I didn't even know that post-arrest would be put out. It's pretty interesting. This is his arrest warrant, basically saying that anybody who sees him needs to arrest him for capital murder charges. All right, here it talks about what happened. Here we have the second document in the Circuit Court of Washington County, Arkansas, State of Arkansas versus Andreq James Mcgann, 2 counts of capital homicide, both felonies. Felony information. I, Brandon T. Carter, prosecuting attorney within and for the 4th Judicial District of the State of Arkansas, of which Washington County is a part, in the name and by the authority of the State of Arkansas on oath, accuse the defendant Andreq James Mcgann of count 1, capital homicide, a class Y felony, count 2, capital homicide, a class Y felony, committed as follows. Count 1, on or about July 26th of 2025 in Washington County, Arkansas, Andreq James Mcgann, with the premeditated and deliberated purpose of causing the death of another person, caused the death of any person in violation of the statute. To wit, the defendant stabbed Clinton Brink with a knife, thereby causing his death against the peace and dignity of the state of Arkansas. Count 2, on or about July 26th of 2025 in Washington County, Arkansas, Andreq James Mcgann, with the premeditated and deliberated purpose of causing the death of another person, caused the death of any person in violation of the statute. To wit, the defendant stabbed Kristen Brink with a knife, thereby causing her death against the peace and dignity of the state of Arkansas. And it is signed by the prosecuting attorney of the 4th Judicial District Court, Brandon T. Carter. This is going to be Andreq Mcgann affidavit of indigency. And it gives a lot of information. Dandy Lioness said he looks like a byproduct of Gary Busey and Ben Stiller if they had a child, and that was funny to me. So here we have Gary Busey, and you can see the relation of him, and then Stiller. Let's look at him. Here he is right here. Now let's look at our Devil's Den homicide. Don't he though? If them two got together and had a baby, I see it. I damn sure do. I dropped JoJo's link to her channel if you guys want to check her out. I pinned it at the top. Because she's doing some good things over there as well. All right. So this is going to give us some personal information. You can see his handwriting right here. And we get to learn about, what his bills cost every month, his credit card debt. Found it kind of interesting. I've never seen this before, like where we get to look at the actual application. So I appreciate Cara getting these documents for me this morning. Here we can see how he writes. Andreq Mcgann. Look how sloppy to be a teacher. Andreq Mcgann, the defendant, caption proceeding, being first and duly sworn on oath, deposes and states that he needs a public defender. I have been evaluated by the Office of the State of Public Defender. He checked yes. Personal information, his date of birth is August 23rd of 1996. He is single. He has no... Now, I found that interesting. Hold on just a minute. Let's go to this. So we got Andreq Mccann's date of birth is August 23rd of 1996, and that's our Devil's Den suspect. If we jump over here to our Tennessee suspect, his date of birth is August 31st, 1996. So what is our Devil's Den homicide suspect is exactly 1 week older than our Tennessee quadruple homicide suspect. They are literally 7 days apart. 7 days before Austin Robert Drummond, our Tennessee quadruple homicide suspect, was born, this Devil's Den Andreq Mcgann suspect was born. Exactly 7 days before that. I think that's weird and find it very interesting. No children. Therefore, do the children live at home and do any other persons live in your home do not apply. Employment information, current employer, no, and all of that's non-applicable. If married and not separated, spouse's employer, all of that's non-applicable. Assets include assets of spouse if married and not separated. He has no stocks or bonds, no cash or life insurance, no other. Checking account has maybe $1,000. Cash, he had $50. And he has no savings. So he's got $1,000 in his checking account, and that's it. Non-liquid assets. He has no real estate, no vehicle, and no other. So if he has no vehicle, what black car was that he was driving? That black car with the aftermarket exhaust. I'm wondering. Although he did appear to have a vehicle. Liabilities. Money owed, including that of your spouse if married and not separated, include the reason. Wells Fargo credit card, $4,000 is what he owes. His monthly payment is $50 or $507. I don't know. Bank of America probably credit 50. Card. He owes $1,200. Monthly payment $40. Something S Bank credit card. He owes $1,200. Monthly payments is $40. Chase credit card. He owes $1,000 and his monthly payment is $50. So he's $7,200 in debt and has maybe $1,000 in his savings account or in his checking account. Average monthly budget, house and rent is $1,700, food $200, transportation $200, utilities $200, health or vehicle insurance is $170. So he's paying $1,700 for rent, eating $200 worth of groceries, paying $200 in gas, paying $200 for light and or water, depending on if he has a well, and his car insurance monthly is $170. Like, where are you going to find that much information on a suspect at? Anywhere but over here at Allegedly Speculating. I don't think you'll find it. The rest doesn't count. Failed attempts to secure legal counsel. He has none. Yeah. Says, I swear the above statements are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and recollection, that I have not sold or disposed of any assets for less than their fair market value prior to the commencement of the above captioned proceeding in order to obtain appointed counsel. And so we don't have to listen to all that. That's basically saying that everything that he said is accurate and true. Yeah, he must be eating like them cheap hot dogs with macaroni and cheese every night. I don't know. Anders said, they said capital homicide in Arkansas. That means death penalty, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Stephen Stearns was arrested for capital sexual battery, and he was facing the death penalty, though he pled out. The little buttwort that he is. He has car insurance, but no car. Yeah, that's a good point, Sandra. Health or vehicle insurance, it says $170. Like, if you don't own that car, then whose freaking car were you driving? Did he borrow somebody's freaking car? Like, what the crap? What the crap's going on there? All right, so that's all that's like kind of important out of that, that I found interesting. I will keep my eyes out for more documents as they become available. Let's see what we got over here. I don't know that we've got much else. Oh, so it says DNA leads to arrest in Devils Den homicide. Suspect admitted killing them. And then that Texas mom teacher speaks again.
You know,
now this infuriated me.
Little girls.
This infuriated me to hear what she has to say. Now, she is the mother of a little boy that was in his class in Texas. And what she says is appalling.
He had heard Mr. McGann tell one of the little girls, if you were older, I would love to marry you. And that just made him deeply uncomfortable.
Can you believe that? Her son heard the teacher tell another little girl, if you were older, I would love to marry you. I'm sorry, my ass would have been up at that schoolhouse. And I'd have been saying, excuse the hell out of me, but I don't know what y'all got going on here, but somebody needs to do something or I'm going to. And you don't want me to. Says Texas mom speaks out after son had elementary school teacher before he was accused of double homicide.
Mr. McGann, tell me about what you know of him as far as being in the school system.
Well, we first met him in 2022 when the fall semester started. It was his first year teaching, like solo, having his own classroom.
Yeah, I can send you the documents, JoJo. My one of my moderators was able to get it for me. I might be an Arkansas resident before next year or the beginning of next year, but for now I'm not. But I'll get them to you. I'll have to email them to you later. I'll try to do it before I leave. If not, it'll be this evening.
It was at Donald Elementary, and
But you can get them on my Patreon. They're already there, just if you wanted them. But my Patreon does have a $5 charge.
He was my son's 4th grade teacher. He taught his homeroom teacher. He had like science, math, and a few other subjects. The first time we met him was at Meet the Teacher.
Oh, wow.
And he was an interesting character. He was uncomfortable, you know, very standoffish, cold, wouldn't make eye contact. You could ask him a question, he'd give you a one-word reply. But I'll be honest, I just thought he was young and a new teacher, and I was like, it's awkward, you know, like, it's okay. It wasn't until the school year kicked up that there would be incidents in the classes, and then eventually my son started coming home from school just really depressed and glum. And one day I just kept pushing and pushing, and he broke down crying and told me that he had seen some things in the class, and other classmates had too, that just made him really uncomfortable, but that he was scared to get anyone in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It involved Mr. McGann?
Yes.
Wow. How did you respond?
Well, I was terrified because, you know, he wouldn't just come right out with it at first. And I was like, what do you mean uncomfortable? Like, tell me. And I pushed. And that's when he eventually told me that him and some other classmates had noticed that Mr. McGann was very touchy and showed a lot of favoritism to certain girls in the class.
Oh my God. Are we freaking kidding? Dainty Dane, I did just Google search for the friend talking about he played rugby with him in high school in Illinois. I couldn't find it, just briefly searching real quick, but I will try to find it. Thank you for that, Dainty. I'm sorry, but if I walk into my child's class and had seen him as their teacher, it would be oh, hell no, right? And then to hear about what he's saying to little girls and being touchy-feely and doing favoritism, abso-fucking-lutely not.
And that when they would go out for recess, sometimes he would choose one of those girls to stay behind.
Right.
Just one-on-one, him in the classroom while everyone went outside. And that when they'd come back from recess, he would sometimes have the little girl in his lap.
What? Jojo, I think this is the woman from Plano, Texas. I think this was the Plano, Texas people. Did y'all hear that? Listen to that again.
McGann was very touchy and showed a lot of favoritism to certain girls in the class. And that when they would go out for recess, sometimes he would choose one of those girls to stay behind, just one-on-one, him in the classroom while everyone went outside. And that when they'd come back from recess, he would sometimes have the little girl in his lap.
And we just let him resign? What are we doing? What the hell is going on? Oh, hell no. Not me. Not me. I'd be punching him I'd walk in that classroom and I'd punch him in the face. I would smile in my mugshot as I took my ass to jail. How are we letting him let little girls sit in his lap in a classroom all by themselves and he's just resigning? Oh, no.
And around the same time, he would bring like treats and goodies and stuff, but just for these little girls. And I think the straw that finally, you know, made my son just like snap and spill it all was that he had heard Mr. McGann tell one of the little girls, if you were older, I would love to marry you. And that just made him deeply uncomfortable because even at 9, he recognized like, this is weird, you know, this is weird behavior from a teacher.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had to report that?
Absolutely. The very first thing I did the next morning was take it to the principal at Donald. They have a new principal now, but the principal at the time, I took it to her. And I made sure to get a list of names of other students who had witnessed this, as well as some of the names of the little girls who were being singled out. And I did. I took it to the principal. I'm not going to lie. I felt she was kind of dismissive about it.
And that goes into the comment right here. Dolly said, guys, pay attention to your kids' teachers because the board will protect them before your kids. Miss King of Anything said, teacher unions are very strong. Yeah. The principal's just dismissive. What the hell? Teresa said, how fucking dare that school system pass his problem self into another community? That won't go over well in prison. Right, I'd catch a case too. Monica's over here nauseous, and girl, I'm getting there. Hey, Justice Jane, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Anders said, weird is an understatement. Carolina said, if the school district would have done that, we would not be here now. 2 loving parents may still be here. Exactly. If this had gotten called out then, the parents might still be alive. I think we've got our motive.
But she did say they would investigate it, and there was an investigation. They put out a statement a few days later saying that they found he had managed his class poorly, and so he was given the option to resign with no consequence, and he was allowed to go on teaching in other districts.
How do you feel about that?
It was upsetting. I thought it was very upsetting. Because I felt like she was dismissive from the very beginning.
So she's talking about that she reported it, Kalisa, good to see you. And the principal just dismissed it, and then he did get fired for poor classroom management, not for hurting any children or being inappropriate with any children. Hi, Ashton Lee. Oh, thank you. That was so very sweet of you. I appreciate that, Ashton. It's nice to meet you. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Like, probably trying to protect the name of the school and all that. But again, if something had been done at this point, would we have two parents still here with us? Yeah, she went to the principal and he was fired, but for poor classroom management, not for having little girls sitting on his lap alone in his classroom during recess, or saying that if she was older, he'd marry her. A fucking fourth grader.
And also, B, I just couldn't believe that out of all the other kids who witnessed it and the little girls who went through it, that there was absolutely zero evidence of inappropriate behavior. That just did not seem possible to me.
Learning he had become the suspect in this murder case, when you saw that for the first time, Sierra?
I was shocked.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do need that correction. Thank you, Miss King. He did not get fired. He resigned. But yeah, he resigned due to poor classroom management and all that. Yeah, he didn't even get fired. And they are mandated reporters, Dolly. So where was that at? Hannah said, this isn't all teachers. It's like one bad nurse, for example, gives us all a bad name. Just remember that. Thank you for that. Managing things he shouldn't. Yep. 2 deceased parents and an unknown number of traumatized children, said Teresa. That could have been stopped right then. She went to the principal. She said something. She was dismissed.
I would not have been shocked if I had seen he was arrested, honestly, for like sexual misconduct. But it was just the violent nature of the crimes. I guess that did surprise me, because while I thought he was off, I never got like violent vibes from him.
As a mom, thinking about their children being there in the park at the time.
Yeah.
How does that hit you, Sierra?
It's heartbreaking. It made me cry when I heard about it last night laying in bed. Just that those poor little girls, to see something so horrific and to not have their mom and dad to support them, and the trauma that they had to have gone through at his hands it's devastating. But also the fact that he was allowed to continue being a teacher and potentially victimizing so many children we don't know about across several states is also really upsetting.
Because if he's brazen enough to do that at this school, it ain't the first time that he's been that damn brazen. If he's brazen enough to tell a student he would marry her if she was older and have these children sitting on his damn lap one-on-one while the rest of the class is out at recess, it ain't the first time he's done it.
After his arrest and just knowing the close proximity that you've had with him, was there a conversation among the family about this? Or
yeah, I called my family right away, and everyone was just horrified, but also because they all knew about the complaint I had made that year. So everyone was just like, oh my god, like, you guys were right, and no one really listened. Like, something was really wrong with him. And in a lot of ways, for my son, I think it was vindicating, because at the time he was made to feel like little and small because he came forward with it, and like a whistleblower or a tattletale. That was definitely how we were made to feel. And, that wasn't the case. He was telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm glad that her son was justified. Hey, Ewelyn Kuto, nice to meet you. They said here in New York, a teacher was demonstrating how static electricity or static energy works with a balloon by rubbing it on his private parts. He was suspended and license revoked. And that's not even half of what, that's like a freaking minute fraction of what the teacher did in Texas. And he was not suspended. His license wasn't revoked. He resigned. That's insane. That's insane. Hey, Kat. Good to see you. Yeah, they knew. This was the first real teaching job that he had. Wow. Danny said you have raised a brave son. Absolutely. I was so disgusted with that teacher. I quit talking to him and had to go to the office over and over. Why won't you talk to your teacher? Hey, drama. Don't report to CPS. Those are the worst. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. This reminds me of something another creator says, quote, "The system won't care until it has to." Chomo thing is really deep. Y'all be surprised, judges, politicians. Yep, they are. It's been happening since the beginning of time. The offender just gets moved to another church. Oh, yeah, about the yeah.
Sierra, what would you say to other parents about when their children are acting differently? And as a parent, you could probably know that it may relate to school.
Yes.
What would you say to other parents about making sure that they did what you did? They pressed for that information.
Always just make it a safe place for them to be able to tell you and to feel comfortable coming to you with those things, and believe them and listen to them and not dismiss them, because, that's some pretty big thing. It's a big thing. And we need to listen to our kids. We're their first line of defense. We're supposed to fight for them and protect them when no one else will. And we need to make it a safe environment for them to come forward with those things.
Yeah, we're all waiting to find out why.
Yeah.
What about you?
I hate to speculate, but of course, hearing that there were 2 little girls, who witnessed that, I can't help but, connect the dots and think that he was after those little girls. That's what I honestly think. It just seems too weird to me.
Yep.
Is Channel 7 News.
I think we got our motive. Yeah, this is the last news story I had, and then I've got to go for the day. Let's see what they say.
Guilty. We did confirm this morning that our suspect's DNA has been a positive match to the DNA that we suspected to belong to our suspect at the scene.
Oh, I got a clip for that. So his DNA matched. DNA found at the scene matched DNA of the suspect. Here we go.
We got your t-shirt, you done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Yep. Sure are. Sure are.
Well, good evening. We do begin tonight with brand new details in the deadly attack on a couple at Devils Den State Park. Investigators say that the DNA of 28-year-old Andreq Mcgann of Springdale has been recovered from the crime scene, and that he is admitted to killing Clinton and Kristen Brink as they hiked with their children on Saturday.
Rachel said, knowing the school would want to bury it when these horrible things happen, I think I would go straight to the police, not the principal. It's a good thought process, because it appears that the school didn't do a damn thing about it. Justice Jane said, question is, where did he learn this behavior to think it was okay? Good question. He is so dumb, for real, like for even trying to do what he did. I believe she's right that he was after the girls too. It did look like a mop, didn't it?
Video captures the moment Mcgann was arrested yesterday. This is him walking inside a Springdale hair salon where he had stopped for a haircut. Within minutes, special agents of the Arkansas State Police made that arrest. It came less than an hour after they had identified Mcgann as their suspect. Authorities then took Mcgann to the Washington County Jail, where he was booked on 2 counts of capital murder. He is being held there tonight with no bond. The Washington County prosecutor says that he plans to seek the death penalty for Mcgann when he goes to trial. Channel 7's Daniela DeHogany attended today's news conference at State Police headquarters. She joins us now live with more on how this high-profile investigation came to an end.
Well, that's right, Chris. 28-year-old Andrew James McGann is...
That is the personification of evil right there on your screen. He does. I hope that school system is scrutinized, honestly, if all that was going on and they didn't say shit. Law enforcement is saying the girls were not the target, but I think they're lying to us. Would not be the first time. It wouldn't. Hey, Chucka. Good to see you. Yes, we do need to keep putting this into the light. PDF files are in my opinion, are very good at hiding who they are. That's why it's hard to catch them. They are. No, I think they were on to him and following him at that point. They got his DNA from the crime scene and matched it, I think. If I had to speculate, I think that's what happened. And so they were on to him. They were following him. That's what it looked like. Let me back it up. Hold on. They said it right here.
On Saturday. This video captures the moment McGann was arrested yesterday. This is him walking inside a Springdale hair salon where he had stopped for a haircut. Within minutes, special agents of the Arkansas State Police made that arrest. It came less than an hour after they had identified McGann as their suspect. Authorities.
So when we listened to the hairdresser speak, she seemed really upset and scared about the whole situation and said she didn't realize it was him. So I don't think that she called it in. I think the police identified their suspect and were on his tail. Yeah, through the DNA. Yep. I think so. Do teachers have yes, they do have a database for their jobs. That's why he was made to resign, in my opinion, and it was kind of swept under the rug. The car had been seen in the lot and called in, I heard, said Roxanne. Okay, so maybe somebody called it in and after they were driving by and saw it. He is a little punk, isn't he? I don't get the fascination with children. It creeps me out. Creeps me out, too.
Then took McGann to the Washington County Jail, where he was booked on 2 counts of capital murder. He is being held there tonight with no bond. The Washington County prosecutor says that he plans to seek the death penalty for McGann when he goes to trial. Channel 7's Daniela DeHogany attended today's news conference at State Police headquarters. She joins us now live with more on how this high-profile investigation came to an end.
Well, that's right, Chris. 28-year-old Andrew James McGann is now behind bars, accused of capital murder in a crime that investigators say was a random event. Colonel Hager confirming the DNA found at the crime scene matched McGann's.
We have no reason to believe that there was any known association between our suspects and our victims. There's nothing to indicate that at all. It appears to be a completely random event.
Arkansas State Police revealing new details in a horrific double homicide at Devil's Den State Park. A young family targeted on a hiking trail. 2 parents murdered, their daughters left behind. And now a suspect under arrest. Andrew McGann's DNA allegedly recovered from the crime scene.
You know, they said it's a random attack. I do think he was after the girls. Like, imagine if he didn't do this that day. Like, would he have taken one of the girls from school? Or would he have possibly hurt them and got them not to tell? Because he was obviously trying to groom children. Maybe it's a good thing that he got caught this way, but I don't know. I wish that we still had Christy and Clinton Brink on this earth with us. I do think it was random, but I definitely think the girls were the target.
His injuries resulted in blood loss, and it was that blood loss that allowed us to establish a DNA profile to begin with, and it was that DNA profile that was matched today against our suspect.
Investigators say during questioning, McGann made incriminating statements about stabbing both Clinton and Kristen Brink on the trail.
He did indicate that he had committed the murders. I would call it an admission.
The manhunt that followed the murders was massive, fueled by hundreds of tips. Security footage and photos from businesses nearby helped investigators zero in on one vehicle. What was believed to be a black 4-door Mazda was actually a Kia Stinger. The license plate covered up the day of the attack.
He did.
So we are finding out now that it was not a Mazda. It was a Kia Stinger. Interesting, because we had been told it was a Mazda.
Did use tape to conceal some of the things that would help identify his vehicle.
Oh, okay.
But on the other side of that, he was also very sloppy.
Authorities tracked McGann to a barbershop in Springdale, where he was arrested without incident. Back at McGann's Springdale home, a search turned up items seen in an image of the suspect, along with several knives.
We did find items that were consistent with what was seen in that photograph.
Was the weapon there?
Well, we don't know that it's the weapon, but we did collect some knives from the residence.
Investigators say Kristen Brink took her daughters to safety, then returned back to help her husband, but was also murdered. Colonel Hager reminding the public this is not a TV show.
This is not an episode of CSI, and it's not going to be wrapped up in a 1-hour episode.
Nothing about this case is what I would call conventional. It was every agent's worst nightmare.
That's horrible. Roxanne said that was a very strange place to try to approach a child. Did he have an I want to get caught thing going on? He didn't do it in a busy location that was easy to disappear in. I don't know what was going on. If I had to guess, I would think that he's just dumb. He's just stupid. Good question. Did they say it was in a database? That's a good point, Kane's Nana. Why was his DNA in a database unless he did like one of those 23andMe things?
While McGann has no criminal
Hey,
history,
Abraham.
Arkansas State Police say they are actively searching for evidence that might link him to other crimes. As for the Brinks, there's no indication they knew or had any association with their suspected killer. On your side, I'm Daniela DeHogany.
Okay, Daniela, thanks so much. McGann recently moved from Oklahoma to Arkansas for a teaching position in Springdale. In a statement today, Springdale Superintendent Dr. Jared Cleveland said, quote, Andrew McGann was a teacher candidate hired for the upcoming school year who has not yet begun employment with the district.
Now, it was premeditated. It says that in the documents. And I'm thinking if he had done, in order to take DNA, you have to commit a felony. I'm thinking if he had committed a felony, that would show up on the background check for where he was trying to be a teacher. I could be wrong, but I don't think that that's how they got it. I don't think he would be a convicted felon and be able to get a teaching job. Maggie says, I think he's just dumb and wanted the girls and was going to do what it took. I agree. The 23andMe takes a long time to follow the family tree. True. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe we'll find out. Abraham said, now that's a face only a mother would love. No doubt.
This individual, he says, has not at any time come into contact with Springdale students or the families we serve. Our entire team extends our deepest condolences to the Brink family. Their children are especially in our thoughts and prayers. You can read more about the arrest of Andrew McGann, watch today's news conference for yourself, and learn more about the Brink family on our website,
And you can also learn more about our perpetrator, Andrew McGann, on my video where I go over the court documents. I'm going to have to go for today because I'm already late. I'm going to have to rush out the door to go get Mr. Speculating. I am so excited to have him back home. We haven't missed him. So I hope y'all have a good day. I will be back on Monday. Y'all stay safe out there this weekend. If somebody approaches you with some bullshit, say,
Not today.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And hold it down until I see y'all again on Monday. If nobody has told you, you are enough, you are important, you are special, and you are loved. And I'll see y'all on Monday. Bye, y'all.